So welcome back to the channel this week. Today's episode is all about the nifty 50, the Fujifilm 35 f2. Boy, it's a great lens, and I haven't been a big fan of 50 millimeter equivalent lenses, and I just haven't used them that much. I've got a really nice one from my Leica, a Summicron 50 1.4, which is a great lens, but honest to God, I'm a 35 guy, sorry. So what I've decided to do is add to my Fujicron collection, because I have the 23 f2, and now I've got a 35 f2, which is a 50 millimeter equivalent. And finally, gonna get out from behind my goddamn desk and go make some photographs with this lens. I've taken some, and I'm going to show you those. Had a nice foggy day, went down to the waterfront and took some shots with it. And I got some really great images. Of course, I think they're great. But honestly, I'm starting to get a little more used to this lens, and it's, gotta say, it's small, light, weather resistant, focuses pretty fast, and as a budget prime, you can't go wrong. I'm one of those guys that says, if you can get, well, this was used on Fred Miranda for $300. That's like $100 off, somewhere in that range. So I'm really happy about the deal that I got, but this is great. So let's go take some photographs. I'm going to use point of view so you guys get to see what's going on. And, it's a little difficult to do a video when you're shooting handheld. It's much easier when you got a tripod. So the video is going to be point of view, which might be kind of interesting. You get to see on the back of the camera what I'm shooting. And we're going to go down to the waterfront again. Oh yeah, I know. My usual stuff. So, but we're going to see some interesting shots we've been able to get. There's that word interesting. How about cool? We're going to go shoot some cool photographs down on the waterfront. So we'll see you in just a bit. So here we are down at the harbor. And what we're going to do is we're going to play around with this 35 f2. Hopefully we're going to get some great images. And I'm going to walk on over to my favorite little lobster shack over here. And I'm going to do some point of view. We're going to put a little camera up here so you can see what I'm doing while I'm hand holding. And I'll be talking my way through them. So let's get to it. So, a little dicey coming down here. And I've changed it up. The light's going milky on me. So what I've done is I've changed it over to ISO 160, straight up manual. And I'm waiting for the flag to straighten itself out a little bit. But that's going to shoot like an overhead. Exposure is 250th at f8, ISO 160. The light again. Shot this one at f8, 200th at f8. Of course the light's really harsh, but it's actually not bad. I gotta back up with this lens. I'm not used to this lens at all. Let's underexpose a little bit. Let's see, back down to a normal f-stop here. Underexposed just a bit again. I hope you guys can see all this. Definitely the end of the season. Everybody's packing it in, hauling their traps in, because the weather's going to start getting dicey here. So here's a lot of gear. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, kind of interesting. There's that word again. Got a lot of birds. That is a great shot. I'm liking this a lot. Well, I got a nice little walk around behind Bearskin Neck in my usual spot and got some very cool photographs. This lens, the 50, I'm still getting used to it. I'm so used to a 35. That's my lens for just walking around. So getting used to a 50 now, have to understand, I don't do a lot of street photography, and a 50 might be just a ticket for people that are looking to do street photography. Me, on the other hand, I'm shooting things. Being a photojournalist, shoot people all the time, so I kind of run away from that, and I like to shoot inanimate objects, making interesting compositions from just things you find on your walk. So, really, I had a great time with this. Glad I was able to get out of the office. Showed you a little bit of stuff that I was working on in the office with this lens, a 35 f2, a Fujicron lens. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to keep this baby, part of my little kit of Fujicron lenses. And, you know, as a budget choice, I've been using it a lot on my XT30. It's such a small form factor, and it's actually not very much larger on this XT3 right here. The XT3 is weather sealed and all that, and with this lens, it's awesome. So I'm back from my walk down to the waterfront, and what I want to do is I want to show you some other images that I took a few days ago when I first got this lens. We had some nice foggy conditions, and I got some really great shots. And then after we're done with that, I'm going to look at some prints, because I'm starting to make prints on my my Canon P1000 here. I got some, I'm telling you, I can just spit out 8.5 by 11 test prints constantly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread out some prints and take a look at those and see what we get. So here are some shots that I got last week when I purchased the lens. A nice fog we had for about 3 days. Got this shot of the schooner Magic resting in the harbor. And then we got a shot here of a bunch of lobster boats in the fog with a beautiful bright autumn tree behind it. And then we have a shot here of motif number 1 with some lobster buoys piled up in front of it. And I love it when lobstermen do that just for me. And then we shot some autumn color. This is wide open at f2. It's beautiful. Look at all the edges nice and sharp, and it's great. And then I did another shot at f2 of these berries and leaves in front of my house. Pretty cool. Very, very nice lens. So then I picked out some photographs to print, and This is the best one. I really love this shot. The light is just right. And the next one here is of some bait nets. They're on that same door. And man, I'm telling you, these prints are really beautiful. They came out awesome. The next one here is the black and white version with the sky burned in a little bit in the left-hand corner. It came out great. Great light. And then as I was leaving, this is a shot that I got at the end of Bearskin Neck. Really cool. Boy, this is really awesome. So I hope you liked this week's episode on Fuji's best budget prime, the 35 f2. Now, if you're a 50 full frame equivalent person, then it's definitely for you. If you're a 35 full frame equivalent person, then the 23 f2 is your purchase. But I gotta tell you, I really like this lens, and I'm starting to get used to it. That 50 millimeter focal length, I'm not really used to it at all. So it took some backing up because I'm used to the 23 f2. So that's it for this week. And remember, it's not what you photograph, it's how you photograph it. And we'll catch you next time.